Hey guys, how are we? Welcome back to the channel, Masculine Dating and Development. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, so the topic of today's video is, as you would have already seen by the title, is what is a simp and why you need to stop now, if that is you. Yeah, so I've been motivated to make this video. I mean, there's multiple things that I see every day on a regular occurrence, whether it be in real life or dating apps, social media. I haven't really used for, honestly, maybe 12 months or something like that. Obviously, I'm on YouTube right now, but to me, that's a different form of platform. But anyway, so it's things that I see on a regular occurrence in relation to what is a simp and how is a simp affecting the dating world and the dating market, okay, in a major way. So let's just break down what is a simp, so the people that don't know what a simp is. Let's just remind them what it is first, and then we're going to break it down after that. Okay. So a bit of history on what is a simp, right? Apparently it started back in the 1900s, and it was stated as a simple abbreviation for simpleton, meaning foolish, silly, or gullible person. Okay? People that know, they know, right? So the term simp is a slang word that has evolved over the years, generally on the internet, right? But it's usually a term used to describe a man that does too much for someone that they like with little to nothing in return, but usually in the pursuit of romantic interest. Okay? So hopefully already you're starting to get a better idea of what a simp is. Okay? Now, generally, okay, let me just be frank and be honest here, right? Every man in his life at some point has been in this position or has behaved in this way. Let's just be brutally honest here. Me, the top guys in the world, like in relation to pick up stuff like that, game, anyone and everything, celebrities, whatever, in any way, shape or form. We can rattle off how many celebrities right now that are simps at the moment, and they shouldn't be, okay? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't want everyone, the people that are watching this, and they're realizing that, hey, that's me, I've been behaving in that way, don't feel bad because everyone's done it. The issue is not if you've done it, the issue is how long have you been doing it for? Do you continue doing it? And do you bring enough conscious awareness, right, to change that? That is the biggest thing. As Tony Robbins says, it's not what happens to you, it's how long you stay there for, right? Same with this process. So I just want to get that out there, and I want to be completely transparent and honest. It's not that I haven't done it. It's not that anyone out there hasn't done it within their life. I've done it many years ago, maybe 20 years ago, something like that. I learned quite young, but I've done it, okay? I did do it. And there was a period of my life, and I look back now, and I was like, holy shit, like, what the fuck was I doing? Literally. You know, it was, honestly, 20 plus years ago. My closest mates, you know, that I'm still mates with today, if they know, right? But I just want to be completely transparent and put it out there that every man has done this at some period of their life. They suffered from some level of weakness, a lack of validation or self-belief in themselves. And anyone that tells you that they haven't is lying, because I can tell you why. It's because if you haven't done it, how do you know what the opposite is? You can never know what one way is without actually knowing the opposite. Okay? No one would know what positive is without experiencing negative. Okay? It's the same process. Everyone that's been positive for a long time has been negative some period times of their life. That's how they know. You can't experience one without the other. Okay? So let's just make that clear. Not standing up here on a high ledge, you know what I mean, trying to say, oh, I've never done it, or no one else has ever done it, that's, you know, reached the top level of their game in this field. They're lies. They're lying, if that's the case. I'll always be open and honest and transparent in that fact. Okay, so if you have been that person, you understand what it is, okay? But I'm going to give some more examples of how and what it can look like, okay? Now, like I said, the usual people that generally do this are generally nice guys. Nice guys, remember there's a difference between a nice guy and a kind guy. Literally can do a whole video on that itself, okay? Nice guy is a guy that does something that he thinks is going to get something in return, okay? A kind guy does something because he does it out of the goodness of his heart without expecting anything in return. Those are the differences. Nice guys generally, as we know, women generally shit on and walk all over nice guys, okay? They can smell them a mile away, righto? So it's usually the nice guys or the beta males, okay? We know what a beta male is. We know a beta male is generally the lower of the hierarchy within the pack. And yes, there is a hierarchy within the kingdom, the animal kingdom, the human species, the socialization, and that does still exist. I actually like to do a video on that too, mind you. So many videos I can do, it's great. Okay, so yeah, so usually nice guys or beta males behave in this way, okay? And that's because, like I said, is that they don't have the confidence or self-belief in themselves that they are worthy of this particular woman. So they feel like they have to give parts of themselves away, right? And usually the parts of themselves that they have to give away, right, is that it becomes like a one-sided devotion, right? They generally put them on a pedestal, okay? And if you know anything about female psychology, women do not want to be put on pedestals, okay? Even though they might tell you, okay? But what is the golden rule when it comes to female nature, right? What women say they want and how they respond are two different things, okay? Side note, let's just quickly let's go over this, right? When a woman says that she wants to be the eye of your prize, she wants to be the top of your everything. She's not saying that, okay? She doesn't want that, because when she gets it, she won't want to be with you, right? You never put them on a pedestal. Your passion, your purpose, your drive and your mission in life has to come first. Then the woman comes along for the ride. That doesn't mean not be respectful. That doesn't mean not treat them well. That doesn't mean any of those things. It just means she does not want to be the center of your universe. She doesn't want to be the focus of your universe. Okay? Side note. But remember that. So they don't want to be, you don't put them on a pedestal. This is part of being a simp. And also the simps are motivated by validation by the other person. This is what I was saying before. They feel like they need to be validated because they don't self-validate. They don't have the confidence. They feel like without the attention from this particular other person, whether it be sexual or just any other attention otherwise, they feel like they're not worthy in this life or this experience, which is quite sad, okay? It is, okay? So again, I'm not here to rip people down and rip them apart. I'm here to make people aware and to change their ways and change their behaviors so they can have a better experience. They can have a better dating life and a better experience. That's what this is about, guys. That's what this is all about. It's about educating. It's about bringing more conscious awareness, right? And it's about helping men become better, right? Becoming more aware. When you have an abundant dating life, everything starts to transform, okay? Right, so, and also the thing is that some other characteristics is, like I said, giving free attention away, giving money or gifts in hope of sexual interest or romantic validation. Now, when I say free attention, a perfect example is that what I want to use is social media. Okay, you're giving likes, comments, DMs, don't DM them, paying for OnlyFans. Now that is a whole another video on itself, but let's dive in a little bit. Guys, if you're paying for OnlyFans right now, I don't care if you're single or in a relationship and you're paying for OnlyFans, do not do that. Stop it, bro. I'm telling you, listen to me, stop it, man. That is one thing I can honestly, hand on my heart, say that I've never done. Now, I would tell you if I have, but I haven't. I never could bring myself to do that. You need to understand that this goes a lot deeper than what you're just doing, okay? By paying for OnlyFans, you're paying for a girl to exist purely for existing on the planet. You've never met her. She's never done anything for you, right? And you're supporting this person's lifestyle. Do not do that. I don't care if you're in a relationship and you're allowing your girlfriend to do OnlyFans. That is a whole nother video for another time. But don't do that. Do not do that. Please. Do not do that. Okay, so by paying for OnlyFans, all you're doing is pushing them up the social hierarchy for just existing. Now, this affects everyone below us as well, because then I mean the younger generations and whatnot, because you have these women that are walking around with overinflated egos, the average girls that are getting like all this validation and attention, and I'm talking average girls, right? You overinflate their ego. You give them likes, comments, DMs. You pay for their OnlyFans. You send them free gifts. Men send them money. And I'm going to get into my experience of what prompted me to do this video in the first place, right? At the end, okay? When you're doing all that, all you're doing is overflating the ego. They think they're deserving of the higher upper echelon men. So then average men, right? Average men, they don't have a chance. They don't have a look in. They don't, because you're giving all this free attention away. Free attention, free money, free gifts, DMs, likes, comments. Stop it, man. Stop. If you're not doing it for yourself, to better yourself and to take... The strongest currency that you're going to have is your attention. Where does it go and who does it go to? Remember that. Where does my attention go and who does it go to? Okay? So stop paying for OnlyFans. Now, what I touched on before, it's destroying the younger generation. And you're destroying the younger generation by enabling this behavior in women. Because when you enable this behavior in women, they're going to expect it from any and every guy. And most of the encounters that they come into, unless they meet a dominant alpha male that puts them in their place right out from the start, right from the get-go, which is what I'm going to get into in a minute. Okay? And so like my experience with this, right, and what's prompted me to make this video is not only from what I'm seeing online and out there in the everyday world, but what I am also experiencing from time to time now on dating apps. Now, I have set my pictures, my profile, and everything in a certain set of circumstances in a way, right, that I screen out generally these women, okay? But if you're displaying, if you're doing DHV, demonstrations of high value throughout your profile, these particular types of women are still going to slip through the cracks from time to time, okay? Now, I'm very good at putting these particular type of women in their place. As an example, the ones that are looking for sugar daddies or, you know, wanting, you know, even after I've been with them, right? And they will still potentially ask for gifts, potentially. It just depends, right? On the girl, how old she is. You're talking a lot younger than me, right? As an example, how old she is and, you know, her life experience and whatnot. But what I keep reiterating, I'm coming back to again, what's prompted me in this is because this needs to be dealt with, okay? It needs to be dealt with head on. So I put them in their place straight away. Straight away. As soon as there is a little sniff or a whiff of gifts, of, you know, anything but, you know, a simple day date, right? Dinner dates, I do not do, especially not on the first one. I'm going to make a video on that, okay? If I get as soon as I get a whiff or a sniff or anything like that of them mentioning anything like that, boom, I put them straight in their place, and I just tell them straight off the bat, say, look, if you're expecting me, right, to invest in you and to buy you gifts and to buy you this, and I'm not talking cheap stuff. I've had them ask them for like $2,000, $3,000 here and there. And I can tell you right now, anyone that knows me, all right, hand on my heart, if I had 2 million cash in the bank or I had 20 million cash in the bank, it would not change me and how I operate in this way. Because I think of this, not only is it my standards and how I live by it, you want to be interacting with a girl that wants to be there for you. Yes, there's going to be certain characteristics that she's going to be attracted to for the things outside of yourself as well. I get that, right? But ultimately, you want to be hanging out with a girl that wants to be there, right? And spend time with you, for you, okay? Ultimately, regardless, without all the other crap out of the way. So I put them in their place straight away to say, look, if you think that I'm going to buy you anything outside of someone that I've only just met with pretty much little to no investment, I can tell you right now, you're talking to the wrong man. And if that's the case, you should move on. Pretty much that's exactly what I say to them. Something along the lines of that. I put them in their place and just let them know that I'm willing to just cut the contact instantly at that moment, right now, if that's the way they're behaving. And I've had a few recently, I'm going to be honest, that have behaved that way, okay? But when I stand strong and I hold my masculine frame and I put them in my place and they know and they realize who I am, they're like, shit, he's not fucking around, right? He is going to walk away. And if you've given him everything else, you know what I'm talking about, you give them the whole experience, they're going to be hooked anyway, right? So, therefore, they need to be put in their place, okay? They have to be put in their place and I have to know. And if she walks away, she walks away. And you know what, guys? We don't care because remember, when we're out there and we're doing the work, and say you are on the dating apps, but remember, I prefer in-person daytime cold approach, is that you're in abundance mindset anyway. Easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go. It doesn't mean you don't care. It just means you realize that there is another one, okay? That's going to like you for you, and it's not going to hit you up for presents on the first, second, third date, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's before you even meet them. Like, it's unreal. Like I said, my photos, my bio, my personality, the way I carry myself, my physicality, I generally screen a lot of these women out, but they're still there. And one thing that I also forgot that I want to touch on as well is that what I think about too is not only just doing this for myself, I think about the people behind me, the younger generation, our sons, your sons, whatever. You cannot enable this behavior. You cannot teach these women that is okay. They need to get pushed up against a strong masculine frame. Okay. Now, let me just say is that you can be kind, you can be respectful, you can, if you're in a relationship, you can buy gifts if you want to. This is down the track. This is down the track. This is not first date, second date, third date. No way. Even if you slept together a few times. No. Don't, guys. Don't. Because they're so used to it. Okay? And this isn't a us versus them thing. I'm not that guy. I'm not a red pill guy. Okay? I would like to do another video on red pill. I think it's a victim mentality mindset. I'm not that. But at the end of the day, you also need to draw the line in the sand. And this is where we draw the line, in the sand. Okay, guys? So, all right, guys. If this resonates with you, this video at all, please take into consideration everything that I've gone over, right? Stop giving your free attention away. Stop giving your validation away. Likes, comments, subscribes, free gifts, money, chasing after someone that's not reciprocating back to you. Do you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. We don't want to enable this behavior. If it resonates with you, cool. You've got the tools, you've got the methods right now to change that. So we can do that. Let's do this, man. Let's do this together. Okay? If we work together, we can do this. Okay? And as I said, it's not a us versus them mentality. No. But we need to take back our power and you need to get back onto a level playing field. This is the way that we do it. Okay? If someone deserves something, it's because they've been investing in you for a long time and vice versa. Then you can get to that point, right? And the most attractive thing to me and girls that I've had in the past, especially my ex-girlfriend as an example, I would want to help her out or give money. She was a lot younger than me, whatever, right? Because she never asked for it. Never. She never asked. She never asked for anything. To me, that's super attractive. Then you want to give because they don't ask and they're not chasing. Remember that, guys. Remember that. It's a very, very big quality of mine. Definitely. Okay, as per usual, I've gone pretty long with this video. Once I get going, I just love it, as you know. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Write in the comments anything that you feel like I missed or I should add. Or, yeah, write in the comments anything you'd like me to cover in a future video. Because I'm here, man. There's no gatekeeping. I'm open book. I'm here to add value. I told you that. I told you guys that. I'm here to add value, right? No matter what. So let's do this. Yeah. I hope you guys, it's Monday here in Sydney. And I'm going to head out tomorrow and get out there, hit the pavement. So I hope you guys are getting ready, or you got your plan ready, or you're out there on the weekend, something like that. So I'm definitely keen to hear some stories from you guys of actually starting to progress and taking on these methods and strategies and tactics. So, okay. Anyway, I digress. All right, guys. As I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Add or subtract anything in the video, or also write anything else in the comments that you'd like me to cover in a future video. Or anything that you disagree with or you agree with, whatever. I'm an open book. Let's work together, guys. It's not a competition. We work together. All right, guys. Take care. All the best. Until next time. Yeah, just keep pushing it, guys. Keep pushing. All right. Take care. Bye.